What is up, guys? You are tripping with Jay. My name is Jay and welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time here, go ahead and take a second and subscribe to the channel. And we have a very special video to react to today, and it is focused on Mr. Abiy Ahmed of Ethiopia. And I played that sound effect because in the comments, I've seen so many people mention this guy about how he transformed Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And I was looking across the internet, across YouTube, and I found a great video by another content creator, Gano Did It. So shout out to Gano Did It. Guys, go subscribe to the original content creator, like his video, really support. And I wanted to find out more about this guy because he's been mentioned in the comments so much that I had to find out more. Let's go ahead and react to the video. And it's titled, How One Man is Turning Addis Ababa into the Dubai of Africa.
This is Addis Ababa, Africa's political capital.
Addis has always been this diplomatic city. Like it's like this country that has never been colonized, right? But also it houses all this AU and all, you know. But the thing is, the city was like underdeveloped, right?
This is what Addis Ababa looked like 6 years ago. And today, this is what it looks like.
Damn. Like Egypt, that built an entirely new city outside of its main city. Ethiopia is just transforming or modernizing its existing one, right? Modernizing the roads, or improving the skylines, the green spaces, parks, the transportation system, just everything.
It actually looks completely new. It actually looks like Dubai. You guys have to come and see it. Yeah.
And honestly, like when I was watching Water Maya's video about Addis Ababa, I literally compared it to a Dubai. And it's so funny that this video is titled How Addis Ababa Was Made into the Dubai of Africa. It's very comparable.
The total cost of this transformation has never been officially released as one clear figure, but economists estimate it already runs into the tens of billions of US dollars. Because unlike building a brand new city from scratch, this is a surgery on a living city. You know, roads must be rebuilt around people, neighborhoods must be cleared, and entire communities must be compensated and relocated. That alone makes it complex and expensive.
This is actually turned into a global standard city right before our eyes, right? The government is betting big on modernization, you know, to attract investors, expand tourism, and overall just make the city a new face of Africa. You know?
Skyscrapers are rising, old neighborhoods are being demolished, rivers are being cleaned, parks are replacing slums. But behind this dramatic transformation is a much bigger story, one about power and politics.
Bro, they got Abiy Ahmed standing in with Bill Gates, Jack Ma. Yo, this guy is a very, very big deal. Wow.
To fully understand what Ethiopia is building today, we first have to look at the old Addis Ababa.
That's fair.
Yeah, so what you're seeing behind me here, this is old Addis. And I'm sure some 10 years later, this also will not be here.
Not even 10 years, like 2 years.
So you were telling me 7 years ago, Addis was not like this.
No, it was not like this. It used to be like this. Most part of Addis used to be like this.
Wow.
This is actually new to us as well. So the renovation, the construction, the infrastructure, it's actually good. And it's actually bad for some people as well, because these people that choose sin right now, they are actually going to be relocated to a place called Shaggar City, which is really far away from the city. So their living is here, their community, their society is here. So it's actually going to be a little bit difficult for them.
But I guess
see, I understand. Like when it comes to remaking a city, you do have to relocate some of its citizens that may live on a certain piece of land that you want to kind of gentrify. And I understand it happens, right? Gentrification is not a bad term, but you have to understand that people's lives like this, their livelihoods, their communities are kind of disrupted in order to make a better city. And I understand the sacrifice for the greater good, but you have to also understand that, yes, people's lives are disrupted, but it is for the greater good of more people. So if I was in that particular situation where they were relocating me to Shaggar City, I would be like, you know what? If this is going to make Addis, Ethiopia better as a whole, and all I have to do is move a little bit further out of the city and I'm giving free housing, free utilities, it's kind of a win-win for not only myself and my family. I can make new friends, right? It's a win-win for my people, the people of Ethiopia. So I understand. Some people may not like it, but you have to think about the greater good of the people. And that's what I think about all the time. Like, is my sacrifice worth it for my future generations of my people? And if the answer is yes, I'm making that sacrifice. So I understand. I get it. And I feel what they feel. But it's for the greater good of Ethiopia.
What is the price of progress, right? There's always the price that you pay, right?
Addis Ababa became Ethiopia's capital in 1886, when Emperor Menelik II chooses this highland settlement as the seat of power. For more than a century, Addis grew rapidly without a true master plan. Traffic congestion, informal settlements, poor drainage, a city carrying the weight of millions on foundations never designed for it. But the thing is, Addis was more than just Ethiopia's capital. It is home to the African Union, where the future of the continent is debated. Decisions made in this city ripple across an entire continent.
Wow.
And that is why the pressure to transform Addis is immense. This is where the new vision begins.
Wow.
And this is the mind behind all of it, Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Born to a Muslim father and a Christian mother in Western Ethiopia, Abiy's life reflects the diversity of the nation he now leads. Before entering politics, he served in the Ethiopian military and intelligence services, rising through the security ranks during some of the country's most turbulent years. But Abiy did not come to power through a national election. His rise was the result of years of mass protests that shook Ethiopia between 2015 and 2018. Millions of young people took the streets, protesting political repression, land seizures, economic inequality. The unrest forced the resignation of the prime minister at the time, and in April 2018, Abiy was selected by the ruling coalition to take over,
Wow.
making him the youngest leader in Africa at the time.
Wow.
Almost immediately, he released thousands of political prisoners, he legalized opposition groups, he lifted press restrictions, and in a historic move, he ended 20 years of hostilities with Eritrea, a decision that earned him the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019.
Whoa. That's so much stuff accomplished in like a year of being in power. He was like, yo, let's stop the beef with Eritrea. And we all know that, you know, before this, Eritreans and Ethiopians really didn't like each other because they were in like this war, right? And that's where you got the split between the two countries. And we get it. But he was like, let's stop this beef right now. And he was given the Nobel Peace Prize for that. Abiy Ahmed, bro, this guy is the real deal. And I understand now why so many people were commenting his name under my reaction videos. And I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, let me do my research. Let me look further into it. And this video is a good overview of Abiy Ahmed's accomplishments so far. Abiy Ahmed. Oh, wait, Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Get it right, guys. Doctor, right? It's a doctor, right?
Many, Abiy became a symbol of hope and reform. But to others, the reforms also unleashed ethnic tensions, internal conflicts, and a new era of political struggle. In short, he is praised for his ambition and criticized for the heavy cost of change, because since he came into power, he made it his personal mission to physically remake Ethiopia, to turn its capital Addis Ababa into a rich global city. But in order to make any city rich, certain foundations must be in place.
That's huge. Infrastructure is huge.
I mean, so Ethiopia, they're also very serious. We all know Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's biggest airline. They recently built like a new terminal handling millions of passengers. But then outside of that, a light rail, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, Look, I'm at the station right now waiting for the...
Without roads, power, clean spaces, and efficient movement, no city can compete on the world stage.
Addis Ababa, very serious about going green, right? I've seen more EVs here than anywhere else. Electric cars, electric buses, electric scooters, and of course,
Wait, they got Tesla? They got Tesla in Ethiopia?
Anywhere
Wait a
else,
minute.
electric car.
That's a Tesla in Ethiopia.
Bruh.
What? I'm probably imported, obviously, right? But let's kind of like look at it from a global perspective really quickly. I know we want to get back to the video because I want to get back to the video as well. Infrastructure and remaking an entire city is not a small undertaking. And I'm so glad that Gano actually covers infrastructure as being number one, as trying to remake the city, like remake a city in general, right? You have to be able to support not only the people that are living there or commuting there and visiting there, vacationing there, you also have to build infrastructure for the future. Because if it's going to boom economically in Addis, in Ethiopia as a whole, you have to understand that there has to be infrastructure in place in order to support the people of now and in the future. You have to build for the future. And that's what they're doing now. And I love it. Seeing a Tesla in Ethiopia just blew my mind, like a little circuit in my mind just blew up a little bit. Because I'm like, there's no way that Tesla makes it to Ethiopia. Because of course it's imported. But we see BYD, which is from China. We understand that can be easily imported. But Teslas are a very rare sight in Africa, period.
Electric buses, electric scooters, and of course, the green spaces, the green parks everywhere, really, really amazing, man, really amazing. And the city, it has three paths, right? There's a footpath. I'm standing on the footpath right now. It has like a bike lane, and of course for the cars. It makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. So look right behind me. You see there are kids playing right behind me. I don't know if you can see it. And then right in front of me, there's a government office, right? So that's what makes this development unique. It's that life is happening around it, right? Because since this is not a city that was like built from scratch, it evolved gradually, right? So it doesn't have like zones. You have a government district, business, there's a residential zone, this, that. Like you'll see aunties selling fruits right in the new highway, right? You'll see kids running past new skyscrapers. You'll see a resident just right around a government office, right? So that's what makes this really unique. It's like it has this, even though it's a modern evolving city, but it has this sense of like community and vibes to it, right?
It does, bro.
There's a massive infrastructural transformation happening across Addis Ababa or across Ethiopia. New wide boulevards cut through what were once narrow, congested streets. Riverbanks that were dumping grounds have been turned to public parks, walkways, recreation zones, and luxury riverfront developments. Entire neighborhoods are demolished and rebuilt as wide multi-lane avenues, high-rise mixed-use towers, commercial hubs, and modern residential blocks.
Projects everywhere. Everywhere you turn, new buildings are rising, construction noises everywhere. Things are happening here, man. Things are happening.
Yo, Ghana was funny, man.
But building a wealthy global city also comes with a harsh geographic truth. Most of the world's richest cities are connected to the sea. You see, ports create trade, and trade builds power. Unfortunately, Addis and all of Ethiopia is landlocked. In fact, Ethiopia is the largest landlocked country in Africa, and that is a major disadvantage in the race for global wealth. This has been one of Dr. Abiy's biggest headaches.
Whether in the form of purchase, wait, let me go back a little bit because he was talking really fast.
Headaches.
What we need is outlets to the sea for whichever direction. Whether in the form of purchase, through lease, or some form of agreement. See, he understands this. He understands what the country needs, bro. I really rock with him, man. I really do. Let's continue. Whichever way, this is what we want. This is because our population is increasing. See, he's already focusing on the future. See, it's booming right now, and he notices it. We will not be able to shoulder this burden much longer.
You see, before 1993, Ethiopia had direct access to the Red Sea through what is now Eritrea. But when Eritrea became independent, Ethiopia lost its coastline. Since then, the country has been forced to rely on its neighbors to reach the world.
Somalia.
More than 90% of Ethiopia's import and export pass through the ports of Djibouti. And for that access, Ethiopia pays roughly $1.5 to $2 billion annually.
That's so much money. That's so much money. But if you imagine if they can get some type of agreement with Djibouti, Eritrea, or I think they're connected to Somalia as well. If they can get some type of agreement where they don't have to pay $2 billion annually to have port access, bro, that's saving them, what, a fifth of what it costs to like redo Addis? Because they said like it's estimated to be 10 billion, and 2 billion is a fifth of 10 billion. So they can save literally a fifth of the cost just in port fees alone. So this is a great strategy, man. He's so smart. He's so intelligent, bro. He already knows the future, bro. And he's planning for it. And he's making Ethiopia as a whole look a lot better. It's not just Addis. It's other cities as well, guys. Wow.
The skyline is insane. I mean, you see that building right here, this one? It's like the tallest building in Ethiopia. It houses the commercial bank of Ethiopia. It's over 200 meters high, this one.
But no city becomes rich on concrete alone. The foundation of any development is electricity. Power runs hospitals, schools, factories, and global business. Since 2011, Ethiopia has been building this dam called the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. It is the largest hydroelectric power plant in Africa, capable of generating more than 6,000 megawatts of electricity. That is enough to power Ethiopia and export energy across East Africa. This is estimated to cost $4 to $5 billion US. The amazing thing is this project was not funded by the World Bank, the IMF, China, or Western donors. It was paid for by Ethiopians themselves.
That's the best part. And I know Watermeyer talked about the dam, right? And he showed us the dam. It's made by Ethiopians. I didn't know the cost. $5 billion. That's wild. But this is a part of the infrastructure portion of rebuilding Addis. Because if they don't have electricity, just like he was saying, if they don't have electricity, they don't have an economy. And if they're able to make enough electricity for themselves in Ethiopia, and they have excess to export to other Eastern African countries, that's going to be a source of revenue for the country, making the money from the initial investment of $5 billion. So if you invest $5 billion into something and you can sell whatever commodity, it can be gas, it can be electricity, to another country that pays you back consistently, you're going to recoup that cost very, very quickly. This guy, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, he's thinking far into the future for his people, and I love it, bro.
Civil servants contributed from their monthly salaries, citizens both home and abroad bought government bonds, and state-owned banks helped cover the rest. Because the government understood one thing: clean power drives industry. Industry drives jobs. Jobs drive wealth. And wealth is what will turn Addis Ababa into a true global city.
This is so good, man. This video. Wow. It's another Tesla.
The second ingredient of any rich global city is people. To grow wealthy, a city must attract the right minds and the right money. Think researchers, diplomats, investors, and entrepreneurs, because cities don't become wealthy from buildings alone. They become wealthy from who chooses to build inside them. And this is where Dr. Abiy has played one of his boldest cards.
The future we seek will not be delivered by technology alone. It will be forged through partnerships, inclusive in design and collaborative in execution.
Since coming to power in 2018, Dr. Abiy has worked hard to attract global investors to Ethiopia. He has personally reached out to some of the world's richest individuals, biggest companies, and most powerful institutions. One of his biggest wins came from Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. Dangote has already invested over $3 billion in Ethiopia, building large industrial projects that employ thousands of Ethiopians. Dr. Abiy has also been seen alongside some of the most influential figures on the planet, from Bill Gates, whose foundation supports Ethiopia's health and agriculture sectors, to Jack Ma, whose company Alibaba has explored partnerships in digital trade, logistics, and e-commerce.
Wow!
Over the past few years, Ethiopia has invested heavily in international convention centers, 5-star business hotels, diplomatic districts, new aviation, logistics, and hospitality infrastructure. Because like I said, Addis is not just Ethiopia's capital, it is the political capital of Africa.
Yes.
And in that sense, it already has a powerful advantage because for decades, almost every major African decision has passed through the city. Ironically, while Addis Ababa is Africa's political capital, it is only 2 countries in Africa, Kenya and Djibouti, that have like visa-free access to this country. All the others need visa to get in. I overstayed my visa by like 3 days in this country. And then when I was leaving, I paid like $200 in fines. Why is Africa's political capital not visa-free for all Africans, right? But then immediately I got it, right? This is Ethiopia's economic model. This is like their business model because Addis hosts tens of thousands of foreign delegates, right? And it is quietly generating hundreds of millions of dollars directly and indirect economic activities. Governments, NGOs, banks, you name it. They all come here constantly. And you know, every summit, delegation, conference, or whatever, it means visas, it means transport, it means hotels,
money.
It means money flowing into the city.
Yeah. It's smart. It's smart. I hate it because it's not visa free, but I get it from an economic standpoint and an economic perspective. If you charge people money for visas and you have conferences constantly, that is a steady flow of money into the country. I get it, bro. Oh man. But just give me a visa free forever, for life. Give me and my descendants visa-free access to Ethiopia for life. I'll relocate to Ethiopia, bro.
Needs 3 things: jobs with a future, competitive industries, and a system that allows innovation to grow. Doctors stay where hospitals are modern, engineers stay where factories exist, programmers stay where tech ecosystems thrive. And this is where Abiy has shifted Ethiopia's next big focus.
Many of Africa's pressing challenges, such as agricultural inefficiencies, healthcare gaps, poor education, youth unemployment, irregular migration, and inefficient public service can be addressed through AI-powered solutions.
Over the past few years, in Ethiopia, and when a country or when a city retains its thinkers, its builders, and its innovators, that is when a city becomes truly rich.
Ooh, that is such a great plan and idea. Because some of the most intelligent people that I know are from Ethiopia. Like most of my friends that are Ethiopian, shout out to you guys. You guys know who you are. They're engineers, they're architects, they're people that excel in the STEM field. And if they keep leaving Ethiopia, it's going to lead to what they call a brain drain in the country. So what Dr. Abiy Ahmed is doing, he's creating the industries in Ethiopia for those people that have those intellectual talents to actually stay within the country. That is so smart. I wonder, like, if he had any help with this plan, you know, like if you think that Dr. Abiy Ahmed came up with this plan to improve his country on his own, and if he did, bro, this is so far ahead of its time. He's already thinking about the future. He's like, you know what? The kids that are playing in the parks that I built right now, and with the infrastructure that he's setting up right now, they'll be able to go to school. They'll be able to have reliable food, a reliable electricity, other reliable transportation, and they can go to school, right? Probably for free. But they'll be able to go to school, get an education, become an engineer, become a very good engineer, educated, and stay within Ethiopia and not have to go to America, not have to go to the UK, not have to go to Canada to get a good paying job. That's going to create literally some of the best, I would say one of the best countries on earth. Because if you think about it, they raise you from a kid, go to school, you stay in the country, and you make the country better. And over time, it's going to make Ethiopia a thriving country. And it's going to be very competitive because there are a lot of countries around the world that are coming for the USA's neck when it comes to education, when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to the economics of things. As we move away from the petrodollar, if you guys don't know what that is, do your own research. But as we move away from the petrodollar, which is the US dollar what they use to trade oil with, the US is losing power and they're losing their currencies like going down like crazy. And it's happening right in front of our eyes and people are not aware of it. One of the powers that Ethiopia has is being able to keep talent and partner with other countries like China, right? Ethiopia has a very, very bright future, bro. This is further proof of it. And I'm saying it now in 2026. Ethiopia is the future of Africa. I would say it's one of them, because there's a lot of different places in different countries, different cities that have a very bright future. But I would say that Addis Ababa has one of the brightest futures in Africa. Wow.
This is my friend Miriam. She's a content creator but also a designer as well. When we met, the first thing I asked her was, where is the money coming from for this development?
So the government has asked me to pay like a lot of money that I have never even seen. This has been going like a lot in the city. So a lot of people have been asking to pay a lot of tasks. So and when we asked why, it's because of the current going infrastructure, the corridor. And it feels like we are actually sharing our money half with the government. But in the long run, if this is going to actually like help us and develop our country, I don't think it's going to be a problem. So like usually I think when one country is going to have a system, it's going to be a bit difficult for the people that are actually living right now. So that is us. We are in the transition. So that's why it's been difficult. I'm sure the next year is not going to be as difficult as this one.
The transformation of Addis Ababa is not being done by one person or one project alone or one organization alone. At the center is the Addis Ababa City Administration working under Ethiopia's federal government through agencies responsible for roads, housing, transport, water, and urban planning. Much of the financing comes from state-owned banks, taxes, government revenues, and public-private partnerships. International institutions like the World Bank and other development partners have also provided hundreds of millions of dollars. The total cost of this transformation has never been officially released as one clear figure, but economists estimate it already runs into the tens of billions of US dollars. Because unlike building a brand new city from scratch, this is a surgery on a living city. Roads must be rebuilt around people, neighborhoods must be cleared, and entire communities must be compensated and relocated. That alone makes it complex and expensive.
Normally, like any project, any development, it will come with its fair share of, criticism, fair share of challenges, right? For others, it's like this rising rent prices, right? Hotels, mad expensive. Like actually, even for me, right, Addis is actually very expensive. So I'm thinking about the average Ethiopian, right, that is earning like, I was told like a doctor earns here like $200. I'm not sure. I have to confirm these things, right?
Since coming to power in 2018, Dr. Abiy has pushed an aggressive vision of reform, opening parts of the economy, privatizing selected state enterprises, and encouraging both foreign and domestic investments at a scale Ethiopia has never seen before. But critics go even further. They argue that behind this transformation lies a network of powerful individuals, right? Business magnates, security state actors, people within or closely tied to the military, intelligence, and internal security structures who influence how projects are approved, how land is allocated, and how economic and political power is consolidated. To these critics, this transformation serves a second purpose: the long-term consolidation of political dominance, not through elections alone, but through money, institutions, and loyalty networks. Simply put, they believe Dr. Abiy is positioning himself to stay into power far into the future. Supporters, however, strongly reject this interpretation. They argue that Abiy is doing what previous leaders avoided, making politically difficult, risky decisions in order to modernize a nation that waited too long to change. To them, this is not about holding on to power, it's about building a country. And honestly, I agree with that view. This is something that I always say on this channel, right? Like, on our continent, to get leaders like that have like vision and in a good, it's very, we have these things, but very rare, right? So if you are, as a country, you get lucky and you have one, right? hold them tight or like hold it really tight. Don't let him go. This is just something that I always say. If something is not broken, don't fix it. Just leave it as it is, right? But then also I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with myself because I might not get the full picture. I might not know the whole thing because I've only stayed in Ethiopia for like 15 days, right? I saw the roads, I saw the buildings, I saw the vision, the ambition of Dr. Abiy. But the people who truly understand this are the citizens who have been living there their whole life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, their voice and their opinions matter more than all of us outsiders' opinions, right?
That's such a great perspective because you can't just judge an entire country and their economy and how their city was built and revolutionized off of 15 days of being there. You got to talk to the people. You got to talk to the people that lived there their entire lives in order to get the full picture. And even then, you're only getting a couple of people's perspectives. You're not getting everyone's perspective, which is actually how you aggregate a complete picture of how a country or how a city was revolutionized and how it was built. But from those 15 days, you can kind of get a general picture of how things were, how they're changing now, and how things are going to look in the future. So I'm so glad that I watched this video, man. Let's continue. I think it's almost over. Let me see. Yeah.
What's something you miss about old Addis?
I don't miss anything. I won't even but I heard, for example, from my dad, so he usually used to spend in Piazza, the old town, and he have a lot of memories. So when that place was literally demolished, so not only him, a lot of people were questioning, a lot of people were why? Because that was the old town. Even the developed countries, they don't demolish old towns. They actually keep the old towns and then people actually go there and visit, But for us, it was a bit different. Our government actually demolished every old town and then make it a new one. Make it look a new one. So that was a bit difficult for a lot of people because, their memories, the childhood memories, and the children grew up there, the society, the community, the norm, everything was there. So that was a bit difficult for them. But for me, I'm actually living in the city, so there's nothing.
Undeniable, Addis Ababa will never look the same. Whether this story ends in shared prosperity or deeper divisions, only time will tell. But for now, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share.
Yes, guys, go subscribe to Gano Did It. Very well done video, Gano. And you got a subscriber for life, my friend, because I just subscribed and I just found your channel, bro, and I love it so far. Guys, go support the original content creators. What do you guys think about the new Addis, Dr. Abiy Ahmed changing the landscape quite literally into what we see today and what we will see in the future in Addis Ababa? I like it, man. Even though it hurts today, like the young lady said, they take half in taxes, but they're making the sacrifice today in order to make a better Ethiopia tomorrow for their older selves and their descendants in the future. I think that's a worthy sacrifice, in my humble opinion. If you're gonna make my country better, where I live, where I reside at, you're gonna make it better, and I gotta pay a little bit more in taxes. Cool with me. Cool with me, but make it sure it's a place that I can actually afford to live in as well, because Gano did say that Ethiopia or Addis is becoming more expensive. So I understand what comes with being a global city. Unfortunately, it comes with higher prices, and that includes higher prices for locals and visitors alike. So I understand that. And that's just a trade-off that you're going to have to kind of navigate around. You're going to have to either pick up another job or pick up a side hustle, do something else in order to afford to stay in the city. It happens with every global city around the world. It's happening in LA, Miami, New York. It's happening in Dubai. All of these global cities that we know of now, before they were global cities, they looked like old Addis, right? Very affordable. Not many people were visiting until it was remade to what it is today. So I hope that Addis Ababa has a very, very bright future because the continent of Africa needs it, man. We need the continent of Africa to become the future because I wholeheartedly believe that Africa is the future. All right, guys, I hope you liked that reaction video. I learned a ton of information about Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Didn't even know he had existed until you guys put his name in the comments. So it's only you guys in the comments that made this reaction video even possible. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to Gano Did It as well. I hope you guys have a great 2026. And my name is Jay. The YouTube channel is Tripping with Jay. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.